You ever open a letter expecting junk mail, only to find out some HOA you never joined sold your family's 15,000-acre ranch out from under you, thinking you'd just roll over? That's the gut punch I got one dusty morning. But let me tell you, when I turned their own game against them and legally owned their houses, watching their smug faces crumble was sweeter than rain on parched fields. Drop a comment below. Where you watching from? Because this tale of a ranch, a century-old promise, and a reckoning's going to stick with you. I'm Nate Calloway, 38, a rancher born and bred on a 15,000-acre spread in Clearview, Wyoming, land my great-granddaddy claimed when this place was just sagebrush and dreams. It's my blood. Every creek, every fence post, every stubborn rock my family's worked for generations. My folks are gone now, but their grit lives in the creak of the porch swing, the low of cattle at dawn. Clearview's quiet, but it butts up against Pine Ridge Estates, a shiny new subdivision full of cookie-cutter houses and an HOA run by Sharon Wheeler, a 50-something ex-banker who treats her gavel like a crown. Sharon's got a vendetta against anything that doesn't fit her beige vision, and my ranch, older than her neighborhood by 100 years, is her biggest thorn. We're not in her HOA, zoned agricultural, free as the wind, but that just made her hungrier to tame us. It started one spring morning, sun spilling gold over the hills. I'm out checking water lines, cattle grazing lazy, when old Pete from the post office rolls up, waving an envelope like it's trouble. "Looks official, Nate," he mutters, shifting nervous before driving off. I tear it open, expecting a tax notice, but the words hit like a brand. Foreclosure, unpaid HOA fees, auction. My ranch, my home, my legacy, sold off by Pine Ridge HOA to developers for chump change. My heart's pounding, head spinning, the papers shaking in my hands. Fees? Auction? I'm not in their damn HOA. The land's been ours since great-granddaddy staked it with a Winchester and a prayer. This has to be a mistake, but the name's Sharon Wheeler, her VP Greg Holt, stare back, mocking me. They've carved up my fields, sold parcels to their cronies, and I never got a single notice. I'm seeing red, boots rooted to the dirt, knowing this isn't error. It's theft, cold and calculated. I tear into town, tires spitting gravel, and slam the letter on the county clerk's desk, a twitchy guy named Roy who looks like he'd rather be anywhere else. "Explain this," I growl, barely holding it together. Roy's fingers dance over his keyboard. Then he turns the screen, face pale. My ranch is listed as annexed by Pine Ridge 6 months ago, slapped with fake maintenance fees sent to some address I've never heard of. Non-payment led to a lien, then a quiet auction where Sharon and her board snatched up my land for pennies. Signatures on the annexation? Forged, clumsy loops matching like a kid's tracing paper. The county commissioner who approved it? Sharon's cousin, Ed. It's a setup, sloppy, brazen, and personal. They've hated my ranch's freedom, its raw edges clashing with their manicured lawns. And when I wouldn't sell years back, they stole it instead. I'm shaking, but I don't swing fists. I get smart. That night, on my tailgate under a sky full of stars, the crumpled letter in my fist, I swear to my granddaddy's ghost. I'll take it all back, every acre, and make them choke on their greed. By dawn, I'm on the phone with Amos Reed, my family's lawyer for decades, a grizzled old coot who loves a dirty fight. "They're dumber than a sack of hammers," he chuckles, voice like gravel. "Let's clean this mess." By noon, we're in his office, papers stacked high, and Amos is grinning like he's holding aces. His partner, Lila Barnes, a sharp young lawyer with a nose for blood, dives into county archives while I pace, fury and hope churning in my gut. 2 weeks later, Lila calls, voice electric. "Nate, sit tight, we hit gold." I race to town, dust trailing, and find Amos tapping a 1910 land covenant, ink fading but ironclad. My great-granddaddy, smarter than any banker, filed a rule. No part of the ranch can be split without family consent, and if it is, ownership reverts to us. Every house in Pine Ridge, built on my illegally divided land, is technically mine. Lila's laptop shows a map. 80% of their neighborhood, color-coded, voidable. "They built their kingdom on your dirt," she says, smirking. and handed you the keys. My heart's racing, not just for my ranch, but for their houses, their clubhouse, their fake lakes. I could own it all. Sharon's mansion, Greg's fancy garage, the whole damn HOA. Amos leans back, eyes sharp. This'll be a war, Nate. They'll fight dirty. You in. I don't blink. Born for it. We move quiet, like wolves in the dark. Amos files notices to lock down my rights, keeping the HOA clueless. Lila compiles a dossier, forged signatures, fake notices in obscure papers, botched surveys from wagon trail days. I play the broken rancher, smiling at town potlucks, shaking hands while Sharon pities me with her poor thing routine. Inside, I'm plotting. I set up shell companies, High Plains Holdings, Sagebrush Ventures, Red Rock Trusts, with trusted pals posing as buyers. We start slow, snapping up foreclosed Pine Ridge homes, families bled dry by Sharon's endless fines. First, a young couple's fixer-upper defaulted after special assessments. High Plains buys it cash, no questions. I fix the roof, mow the lawn, keep it HOA perfect to avoid suspicion. Sharon gushes at meetings about new investors, never guessing I'm behind it. Over a year, we pick them off, downsizers, job transfers, folks crushed by fines. Each house shifts the HOA vote my way. I rent some to locals who hate Sharon, leave others empty but pristine, ghost homes mocking her control. By 18 months, my companies own 64% of Pine Ridge, a supermajority, enough to rewrite bylaws, boot the board, or burn the HOA down. Sharon's oblivious, finding kids' lemonade stands, banning wrong Christmas lights, while I sip wee coffee at open houses, noting their crumbling clubhouse roof, their raided reserve funds. She's building her noose, and I'm handing her the rope. The strike comes on a stormy spring day, sky heavy with rain. I walk into Pine Ridge's community center, boots echoing, a leather folder thick with history in my hands. Sharon's mid-rant about non-compliant porch wreaths when I interrupt, voice calm but cutting. We're holding a special meeting, Sharon. See tights. She sputters. You can't barge in. I slide her the bylaws, open to the rule. Anyone with 50% ownership can call a meeting, no board needed. Her eyes widen, scanning signatures. My shell companies, my proxies, my trap. What is this? She hisses, voice cracking. I lay it out, slow and brutal. The 1910 covenant, their forged annexation, fake notices, Ed's rubber stamp. Your houses, I say, locking eyes with her, are on my land. Deeds void, mortgages dust. Greg Holt shifts, sweating, as their secretary's pen shakes. I name them, Sharon, Greg, each board member, suing them personally for fraud, conspiracy, theft. Your savings, your homes, your kids' college funds gone. Sharon lunges, screaming, fraud. We'll counter-sue, but a court injunction shuts her down. No dues, no fines, no meetings. The room's silent, rain tapping, as her empire cracks. Court's a slow grind, but we bury them. Lila's discovery demands unearth shady emails, fake fees to relatives, stolen reserve funds. Ed cracks, admitting he greenlit the annexation for Sharon. The judge's 23-page ruling torches them. HOA dissolved, liens void, fines canceled, Sharon and her board liable for millions, to me, to bullied neighbors. Their houses are seized, accounts frozen, Sharon's mansion auctioned for pennies, Greg's prized garage gone. I take the clubhouse, parks, trails, every inch of Pine Ridge mined by blood and law. Eviction days quiet, no drama, just sheriff's notices hitting doorsteps. Sharon's last, dragged from her smart tech palace, pearls, and pride in sagging boxes. I bulldoze the HOA office, build a dog park, Callaway's Run, after my great-granddaddy. Open all, kids laughing where her desk once stood. Clearview's alive now, neighbors painting houses wild colors, planting gardens, free from her rules. My ranch is whole. Fences fixed, wells dug, cattle grazing under stars that feel brighter. I sit on my porch, coffee steaming, the old swing creaking, my granddaddy's stubbornness in every board. A new sign at the road reads, "Welcome to Callaway Fields. No HOA allowed." It's truth, carved deep, like the land itself. But here's where I pause. Did I go too far? Could I have stopped at my ranch, let their houses stand, spared the total war? Maybe. Yet when someone steals your legacy, carves up your family's heart, sometimes you gotta play the long game. Buy their world, burn their rules. Now folks from another town want help fighting their HOA. And I'm torn. Stay put or keep swinging. What do you think? Ever outsmart a bully or fight for what's yours? Drop in the comments. I'm all ears. If this hit you, smash that like button, share it with someone who'd love the twist, and subscribe for more tales of standing tall. Because sometimes the rancher with the quiet plan owns the whole damn town.